time.
Okay. Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Everyone please rise for the pledge. Thank you. Entertain a motion to approve the reading approval of the last minutes.
Motion.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, opportunity for the public to address the board, agenda items only.
Joan Hodawana, Scranton. With regard to Resolution 171, approving the SEIU collective bargaining agreement, I was a little surprised to see that this contract covers the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2024. Am I to assume then that the other contract expired at the end of 2020 and they're working without a net?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How long have negotiations been going on with this contract?
Prior to the contract.
More than 18 months?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have any other?
Actually, if you recall, Joan, and I think you will, there was a time when they actually striked a few years ago, and sometimes it just gets to be prolonged. It wasn't on either one side. It was just the way it went along.
Well, the reason why I find this a little bit annoying or disturbing at the least is doesn't this throw a monkey wrench into budget planning, since personal costs are one of the more significant parts of your budget?
If I may, Mr.
Sure you can.
Chairman,
It doesn't.
We budgeted for this scenario last year.
So you assume that there would be X percentage increase?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, the 18 months, the negotiations that were taking place were really after the vaccinations were put out. So, I mean,
Okay.
we're talking about maybe the summer of last year into really the fall, or I'm sorry, the spring of this year. The contract really has been negotiated for about 2 months now, but it takes a while for the voting members to get together and all that kind of stuff. And previously, we did budget for the assumption that we were going to be at these percentage rates for 2022.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the prior contract expire at the end of 2020?
It did.
So
did not
nothing
get-
happened for 6 months?
They did not get raises during that time period.
Well, I know they didn't get raises, but shouldn't negotiations kind of been planned so that you would have a seamless transition from one contract to another?
Well, at the time, we were in a shelter in place for most of 2020, and when we came out of it in the fall of 2020, we kind of went back into it until we got the vaccinations. The vaccinations took precedence over everything else in the
Okay,
county
all
at
right.
the time.
Now, are there any other employee contracts which have expired and are in negotiations other than this one?
No, where's Joanne? I don't think so. I think we're going to have a couple expire this year, but we're already in negotiations with them.
Okay. And how many employees are covered under this particular contract?
Approximately 300, 350, somewhere in that range.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Joan. Anyone else have any comment? Okay. Resolution 220181.
Approving the current payables, be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County has hereby approved the following payables. Lackawanna County's General Fund numbers 343013-343998 inclusive, totaling $3,868,429.60. Electronic fund transfers, including all payroll accounts, totaling $12,481,678.37. Adopted a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman.
Anyone have any questions? I'm sure everyone has had the opportunity to read them. Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution 220171.
Approving the SEIU collective bargaining agreement, be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve and enter into the collective bargaining agreement between Lackawanna County and the Service Employees International Union, retroactive to January 1st, 2021, and to expire December 31st, 2024. adopted a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Human Resources Director, Ms. Joanne Granzin.
Joanne, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Commissioners. This will be approving the SEIU collective bargaining agreement for the clerical union. This brought fair increases for both parties that we're happy with. There's some slight increases to healthcare and the RX copays, and we are also able to agree on some increases to starting salaries so we can help attract and retain employees.
Anybody have any questions for Joanne? Entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
A question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Joanne.
Thank you.
Resolution 220172.
Ratifying the submission and award of the American Rescue Plan Pandemic Program grant application on behalf of Lakeside NEPA. Whereas Lakeside NEPA, 125 Scranton-Pocono Highway, Scranton, PA 18505, aims to expand its current facility to include a 34-bed inpatient rehabilitation unit to service chemically dependent men to further assist those struggling with addiction in Lackawanna County, Pennsylvania. And whereas the County of Lackawanna is an eligible applicant for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania American Rescue Plan Pandemic Program grant funds as a source to finance a portion of the project. Lakeside NEPA has proposed that the county assist in obtaining funding from the Commonwealth's American Rescue Plan Pandemic Program for the project. Now therefore be it resolved that the chair of the Lackawanna County Board of Commissioners is hereby authorized to sign all documents and accept any awards related to the Commonwealth American Rescue Plan Pandemic Program funds, and be it further resolved that the Lackawanna County Board of Commissioners is hereby authorized to accept an application to an award in the amount of $1 million from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for a Commonwealth American Rescue Plan Pandemic Program grant on behalf of Lakeside NEPA for the Lakeside NEPA expansion and renovation project. Adopted a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Director of Economic Development, Ms. Brenda Sacco.
Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners and everyone. This resolution is ratifying the submission and award of an American Rescue Plan Pandemic Program grant with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania on behalf of Lakeside NEPA in the amount of $1 million for their expansion and renovation project. Any questions?
No questions for Brenda? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution 220173.
Entering into a magistrate lease agreement, be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby enter into a 5-year lease agreement with the Borough of Dixon City for the District Magistrate's Office at 901 Enterprise Street at $2,850 a month for the first year. Lease to commence on August 1st, 2021 and expire July 31st, 2026. Adopted a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Chief Solicitor, Mr. Frank Ruggiero.
Thank you, Mr. Chief of Staff. Good morning, everyone. This is, as indicated, this is an extension of an already existing lease for an additional 5-year period covering August 1st, 2021 through July 31st, 2026. What I've tried to do with these leases is try to do them and enact them in accordance with the actual magistrate terms for each of the respective magistrates in their districts. So this one is regarding or related to the Dixon City magistrate position and office. There are modest increases provided yearly of about 200 hours from the current rate, and that's consistent with the other leases and with the square footage for this particular space that we're leasing. So if there's any questions.
No questions? No questions from anyone?
Nope.
Entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Resolution 220174.
Authorizing an exception to the county's ethics code. Whereas Lackawanna County is a third-class county existing pursuant to the law of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and whereas Lackawanna County has adopted their code of ethics on January 8th, 2008, which prohibits an employee of Lackawanna County from having a financial interest in any firm or organization which does business with the county. And whereas Jesse Van Duzen, a full-time county employee with the coroner's office, and whereas the Lackawanna County Office of Youth and Family Services publicly advertised for services for the stable instruction and coordination program for the county's equines, a program that provides therapy for underprivileged and abused children in Lackawanna County. and whereas the position requires a skilled and experienced individual who is trained to work with the horses, and Mr. Van Duzen was the only applicant who applied for the said position. And whereas Mr. Van Duzen has the skills and experience to perform and run the stable program, instruction, and coordination program for the Lackawanna County Office of Youth and Family Services, and whereas the Commissioners of Lackawanna County believes it to be in the best interest of Lackawanna County to continue this program for underprivileged and abused children by exempting Mr. Van Duzen from the prohibition set forth in the County Code of Ethics and allowing him to run the stable program from the Office of Youth and Family Services. Now, therefore, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby resolved the following. Number one, an exception to the County Code of Ethics is hereby created to allow Jesse Van Duzen to work as a full-time county employee and enter into a contract with the county to run the stable program instruction and coordination program through the Lackawanna County's Office of Youth and Family Services. Number two, Mr. Van Duzen's contract shall not interfere with his full-time position with the Lackawanna County Coroner's Office. And number three, said contract shall be for a period of 1 year commencing on August 1st, 2022, and terminating on July 31st, 2023, and shall be annually submitted for RFQ or RFP process by the Office of Youth and Family Services. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Director of Health and Human Services, Mr. William Browning.
Bill?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
This program has been active for at least 10 years. Very successful program, and as Mr. Jeffers stated, Jesse has been in charge of that program. He is an instructor for the stable program and was the only respondent to our RFQ.
Mr. Chairman, I believe the solicitor looked this over and he's put a stamp of approval on it.
I have, Commissioners. Without appointing Mr. Van Duzen, essentially the program would cease to exist because he was the only qualified applicant. So what we've attempted to do and will do going forward is we'll put this out as the resolution requests and directs every year for an RFP or an RFQ to see, if there's any other individuals or entities that can fill that spot. And if they can, then they'll be duly considered. And if not, and Mr. Van Duzen continues to apply, then we'll have to continue appointing him just to ensure that we can maintain the program. The benefit to the program certainly far outweighs, any issues related to the appointment of the individual as we're addressing it. So.
Yeah, it's a great program. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Entertain a motion to approve
Motion. Second.
on the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Resolution 220177.
Approving the OYFS provider agreements, be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the OYFS provider and professional agreements for the fiscal year 22 through 23 with Merricky, Pennsylvania, Jesse Van Duzen, and Central County's Youth Center. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Once again, Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is Director Browning.
The America, Pennsylvania provides behavioral health services, and we do contract. This is just the annual contract that we maintain with them, among other providers in the area. Jesse Van Duzen, we discussed, and Central County's Youth Center. They've actually opened their beds for our use if they're vacant, if we're unable to use the beds in Northampton. That's really it.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Browning? Entertain a motion to approve
Motion.
on the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Resolution 220175.
Supporting the Pennsylvania Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial, the America 250 PA. Whereas the Pennsylvania Legislature and Governor created America 250 PA in 2018 to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the United States and Pennsylvania's integral role in that event and the role of its people on the nation's past, present, and future. And whereas America 250 PA hopes to engage all Pennsylvanians and all 67 counties through their many officially recognized programs, projects, and events over the next 4 years by inspiring future leaders and celebrating all Pennsylvania's contributions to the nation over the last 250 years and to bring the Commonwealth's history into the conversation so Pennsylvanians can better understand the origins and multiple perspectives of issues facing our Commonwealth and nation today. Use history to encourage and inspire future leaders, celebrate the contributions of Pennsylvanians to our Commonwealth's history, but also to our nation's history, and to leave a lasting impact on the next generation. Now, therefore, by adoption of America's 250 PAs, 4 pillars of educate, preserve, innovate, and celebrate, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby support and partner with the Pennsylvania Commission of the United States Semi-Quincentennial, and that a copy of this resolution will be sent to America 250 PA Commission, adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this is simply a committee that has been put together, and actually, our Deputy Chief of Staff is on the committee representing Lackawanna County to educate us, or the Pennsylvanians, of our rich history in the formation of this country.
Great. Okay. Any questions? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
A question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Resolution 220176.
Entering into a medical assistance transportation agreement. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby enter into a renewal of an agreement with the County of Lackawanna Transit System for the medical assistance transportation program for the fiscal year 22 through 23, with the rate of $28.12 per trip. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is the Colts Director of Operations, Mr. Wayne Williams.
Good morning, everybody. Excuse me. This is just the annual agreement between the county and the county transit system to provide, excuse me, transportation to medical assistance clients for the year of from July 1st to June 30th of next year, with the guidelines set forth within the agreement.
An annual contract, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Okay, Resolution 220178.
Entering into an agreement with T-Mobile, be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve and enter into a T-Mobile Connecting Heroes Addendum for wireless mobile services and devices. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is the Director of IT, Mr. Mike Brown.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
This agreement allows us to expand our footprint and also get competitive pricing for cell phones and mobile devices as we're out in the field. And with the reassessment going on, we want to make sure that our assessors actually have the ability to connect and update data in real time. We know that our current Verizon phones have some dead spots out there. We want to try and see if the two mobile phones will actually help us out.
Great. Anyone have any questions for Mike? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Resolution 220179.
Approving a support and maintenance plan. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the Saragon support and maintenance plan for software, hardware repair services, 24 hours, 7, remote support, and advanced placement service. It's a 5-year contract plan to commence immediately and cost $114,329. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here is once again Mr. Director Brown.
This is a maintenance contract we have for our microwaves on our towers to provide the wireless network out there. Normally, this cost we paid our service provider, which was at that time Connex, to actually do this for us. So that's why you never saw it come up before. But now we've decided that we want to take this personally, and instead of paying another party to do this and get an upcharge on it, we'll do it ourselves and save us some money.
Okay, good.
Saving money is good, Michael. Anyone have any questions? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
A question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution 220180.
Approving a master services agreement. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby enter into a Comcast Enterprise Services Masters Services Agreement for the Lackawanna County Government Center and the Dalton Library to cost $2,119.90 a month. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on July 6, 2022. Once again, here is Director Brown.
Commissioners, this is an extra service level to actually provide us continual service. Sometimes our primary internet service goes down, and we need to have a backup to actually make sure that all services that the county is providing is actually staying connected. The Dalton piece is, while we provide services out to Dalton, and part of our grant project that we had for the 5 towers, while that's still in play, we want to be able to service the citizens of Dalton, so we're going to use the library as a stopping point and actually provide service to the police station out there, the firehouse, and to the civilian fields out there, so this way our citizens are actually getting what we promised them.
Great, thank you. Anyone have any questions for Mike? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Okay, on the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
All right, motion 220182. I'd like to make a motion to approve the amendment to the county vehicle driver safety, driver policy and procedures.
I'll second that.
On the question?
Mr. Chairman,
Jeffers?
Commissioners, this is just a revisement and an amendment to the policy that we have right now. At this moment in time, only county workers can drive our vehicles. However, the SWAT team employs several other members throughout the county, other police officers who often drive our vehicles. We're amending this so that they can drive our vehicles when they're called out to a response.
And be insured. Okay, great. All right, any other questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Opportunity for the public to address the board.
Joan Hodawan, Scranton. So what's the status on finding a replacement for Tom Durkin?
It's going along well, actually.
Okay, you got Tom on a
Advertised that
string
we've
to come
interviewed
back
people.
in?
Yes, we're,
You know, share the tricks of the trade? Let
no,
the
there's no tricks involved, John.
let the replacement know, you know, which skeleton is in which closet, you know, that kind of thing?
Nothing like that, John.
Okay. It hopefully be before the end of the year, won't it?
It so certainly should be.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Commissioners, other business, Mr. Chermak?
Well, I hope everybody got a chance to come down to our Scranton Spectacular and the fireworks display. It was a great event. The weather couldn't have been nicer. Maureen McGuigan and Chris Calvi did just a great job getting it all together. It was well attended. You couldn't get a parking spot in the city, so it was a good event. So I want to put kudos out to our folks that all chipped in. So thank you.
Dominic? Nothing? Okay. On that note, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
On the question, all in favor? Aye. Thank you all.